Well, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Well, welcome. This is your host, Cindy at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And definitely go to YouTube at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Hit subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified of other awesome videos. And we actually have a promo for anybody who is on the show today. If you subscribe and comment, you will actually get a 3-night getaway. Make sure you go to 3nightgiveaway.com to check that out. So really quickly, I am a professional travel agent and travel podcaster, and I created this show to share what I'm doing for my bucket list. I'm sharing what my friends are doing, wedding professionals, anybody in the industry, including vendors with the Viator travel platform. So today, once again, I have my friend Brad with the Magic Brad Show. How you doing today?
I am well. I am well and a half. Sometimes I say I'm good and a half, and then some to the 10th power infinity, which is a lot.
Awesome. So you're coming to us from Minnesota?
Minneapolis, Minnesota, the World Nerve Center headquarters of chaos at the moment.
Mall of America bucket list.
Yeah, it's just a big mall. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Oh. So today we're talking about the wedding industry. So one of the things that we've talked about in the past, that it's so important if you're getting married to hire the professionals, the event planner, the photographer, travel agent. What are your thoughts on that, on having someone else plan your day?
Well, weddings are basically events, but they're more consumer type events. A lot of what I do is more B2B business type strategy and things, but an event is an event, and there's a lot of different elements to an event. So like you just mentioned, I say hire a professional to work it. You're trying to save some money, but this professional knows people. They know the videographer that's going to show up on time. They know how to communicate with the videographer and the photographer to tell them the kind of shots that you're looking for. They know how many bags of ice to get because you don't want to run out of ice when they got an open bar going on. They know the stuff about travel and things. You should make sure you get your passport when you go on your honeymoon and things like that, and what places might be. You probably would work with a wedding planner because you're a travel agent.
Correct.
The wedding planner knows all these different vendors and suppliers, and they've done it before. Whereas someone that's getting married, hopefully for the first time, they've only done it one time. And with events, there's always something that happens. Somebody's going to kick over a bucket of water by accident, or someone's going to show up late, or the limousine's going to be held up in traffic, or there's always going to be something. So the event planner knows because they've been there, done that, and hopefully have the t-shirt to prove it. So they got more experience. They blaze the trail. They know what they're doing. That's my number one tip, is work with a professional that can find you other professionals.
And so what are some of the vendors that you work with there in your city?
I mean, locally here, there's multiple ones. I mean, like also different florists. There's a local major florist here called Bachman's. They do all sorts of things. So people are hooked up with that florist, but not just the florist, but also a floral arranger. There's designers, and right off the top of my head, I can't pick some, but you mentioned the Mall of America earlier because that's where we're from. Of course, people do weddings in the rotunda. There's different venues. Sometimes there's a place called Green Acres. It was a barn that they redid just for the wedding industry. So instead of doing a wedding in a church where a lot of people do it, they're doing unique venues like barns and things. There's a place here in St. Paul. It's where John Dillinger, the gangster, used to hang out from Chicago. He used to hide out in the caves in St. Paul. So that's a venue. If you want to have a wedding, you can have it in the caves. Beautiful, decorated with lights and fabric treatments and things in these caves. So that if you want to go themed like that. And a lot of people don't realize it, but there's like the tram at the zoo. If you wanted to rent the tram, you could do your wedding on the tram as it's going through the zoo. So you can get creative with all that stuff. That's another thing, by working with an event planner, they've done a lot of very unique things. So you can tap their brain into, have you ever thought about X? And they've got
air museums out here in Southern California. We have various air museums. For one in particular at the Santa Ana Airport is Lion Air Museum, and they have all the beautiful warbirds there. And what a great place to get married. If both
and the
of you
wedding planner would be savvy to that kind of stuff, knowing that they probably don't allow open flame at the airport because of the fuel. So that's, again, why I think it's very important to work with someone that's kind of been there and done that, and work with a professional team. Even though you could save a few bucks, you might be better off doing like a GoFundMe or something to raise enough money to hire the wedding planner. Because when the thing is happening, you don't want to be, oh my God, the DJ is supposed to be here. He said he was going to be here and he's not here. And you're going all crazy because you got to walk down the aisle or whatever.
Yeah, let the professionals stress out, right?
That's their job. That's their job. They've got them already in their phone. They know the owner of the company. They're in good contact. And there's situations where, hey, you owe me one because I saved you in the last deal. So working with a pro that's networked and understands those things. But as far as the vendors, you've got your limousine service, your floral. If it's an outdoor event, you might have tent rental. You might think about like mosquito spraying and stuff, because there's mosquitoes in Minnesota. You might want to keep animals out of the area or other people. So you might do fencing. You might do bleachers, chair rental, tent rental, or tables and chairs, linens. A lot that goes into
hair and makeup.
That's a whole nother area. The makeup person is probably networked good with a photographer that understands, different angles and things and what's going to look good. That makeup is too much for the lighting that we're using. So it's good to hire a planner and a coordinator that kind of work with their team, because you're going to have to hire them anyways. If we did our wedding in the house, and it was a very informal kind of thing. We just invited friends and used chairs from around where we could get them. If you're going that route, want to save some money, I could see it. But if you want something that's going to be done professional, you can't just hire. I'll use my iPhone. I can do video and I can take pictures of your wedding with my iPhone. No, don't do that.
And wedding associations, that is really huge. I used to belong to one in Sacramento. I'm actually looking for one down here. And so I'm trying to get together with other wedding professionals. The gal who does my hair, she does models, she does weddings. So she has all the experience and she knows all about the lighting and everything like that.
There's probably
I think being a part of that. So even if you're a bride getting married, contact a wedding association or contact someone who actually used that service, because you don't want to just go to Google or Yelp. You actually want to talk to someone who's actually used that person. It's much more powerful and you're more comfortable.
There's those bridal fairs. They do those things every 3 months or so. You can go there and network with people. And, if you're thinking about getting married, even if you don't have a fiance yet or a financee or whatever you want to call them, you still should get ready and start planning on it. If you're the kind of person that wants to get married, I'd start going to wedding fairs and starting to network with these people and get to know these people, because you might end up being great friends with a DJ or something. And then when you do decide to do the deal, you hook up with your buddy that's a DJ. He goes, I know florists. I know all the people from the wedding association. I start making friends if you plan on getting married.
Well, let's make it one step better. For my industry, book a cruise. Let's say someone's getting married next year, book a cruise or book a destination wedding. What do you know about that?
That's another thing that you want to work with a professional like yourself that understands, a wedding in Jamaica is going to be way different than one in Costa Rica. If or Hawaii and things like that. So you need to work with somebody that knows the language and things about that destination. I don't mean the language like Spanish. I talk about the language of the industry. The questions to ask. Like, there's a term that I've never liked as a producer, but incidentals. those are all those little things at the bottom that you didn't really think about.
Resort fees, yes.
All those little things. Oh my God, there's $5,000 in incidentals. Got to budget for all that stuff because there's going to be that, corking charge for the wine. I didn't know I had to pay $10 a bottle. Yeah, you do.
Well, I think especially as we get older, like for the older generation, to have a destination wedding is really amazing because putting a wedding together is not an easy thing. We're both in the client retention gratitude business, and years ago, I want to say about 10 or 15 years ago, I actually was doing all of the greeting cards, and I was connected with other professionals and stuff. So even doing the greeting cards is a lot of work. So tell everybody about what Mailbox Power provides for someone who's getting married.
Oh, sure. For those that don't know, Cindy and I are both using a platform called Mailbox Power, and it's got a lot of gifting and things in it. So you can send things to people. And if you wanted to personalize them, you can do that. Or there's non-personalized products and services you can send. But you'll be able to do all of your invitations and things with a nice little card and a postcard. And then after the wedding, you can send a little thank you for showing up. And you got the lists that are all in there. So you could plan your wedding and utilize that for all the personal stuff that a wedding planner doesn't do. You got to do your own thank yous and your own invitations. Although the wedding planner can help you with maybe the printing of it or the design or something like that. But there's a lot of
even the cups that we have. So you could have the whole entire like water cup section for anybody that's in the wedding party. So that's a keepsake.
Yes, and if I mean, with the travel industry, there's travel tags in there, so you want to give travel tags for the wedding party. So when they get to the airport, they see that bright yellow tag. Oh, you're part of the wedding party.
Yeah,
they can all get in the same bus and get to the same destination because you don't want.
And these guys too. So
what do we got?
These are what's called a stick up.
Oh yeah.
You could do stick up of the wedding party, or just you and your spouse. So this is really cool as a memory. So you could do all kinds of memory things. I mean, there's this right here. This is a metal card.
A metal card.
Yeah, 5x7 metal card. Yeah, I actually made one of these for my surf instructor last year for his birthday. It was a picture of him and his son when his son, I think, was like 8 or 9 years old. Now he is in his mid-teens. So he's going to keep this for the rest of his life because that was a really great memory of him.
So there's another example of why to outsource some of the work to the professionals. You can then give them input on what you want, but there's people like you that know about those things where if you decided, say someone got that and said, that's a great idea, and they go onto Google and they go, metal greeting card, they're going to get a plethora of who knows what. Whereas you've been there, done that, paved the road. You already know how to do it. It's a matter of just creating the graphic and dropping it in.
Exactly.
So you can save a lot of time and stress when you work with somebody that's kind of been there, done that. Big advocate outsourcing.
I'll do an announcement really quick. So if you're a friend of Brad's or you're a friend of mine, connect to one of us. Actually, showing some love, and we will actually show you how you can use this. I mean, it's great for vacations. I actually had Tirza Ekholm on the show a couple weeks ago for National Dolphin Day. And we talked about all these great things about her product. Yeah, she sells apparel. And she actually made a section of her website that was based on all dolphins, like this really cute little summer dress that I'm going to be getting. And so one of the things we talked about is when we're on vacation, whether it's your wedding, honeymoon, or a vacation period, when you connect with people there or even the excursion companies, you could make a brownie and a coaster and a card and send that out and say it's a week vacation. When that person is home, well, the time they get home, it's already in their mailbox. So tell everybody about that.
Oh, you're talking about you do it online, so you could
right from the hotel room, right from your phone. Yeah,
exactly. So you could be taking a picture of them in front of the hotel with the concierge or with the dolphin and things, and then you could manufacture that thing in your room. You don't even have to have your own computer. Just go to an internet cafe and log onto the system. Create the thing with the graphic image, and then when they get home and I got a package, and they open it up, it's a picture of them with the dolphin. Very cool. I love those ideas.
I don't know. Oh, Oh, it's in the other room. But yeah, I do have a brownie of a client of mine that went to Cabo and all the different excursions. I put that on the brownie. And then it's the same, or actually, no, the next picture was actually of them and the Cabo Arch. The Cabo Arch was behind them, and those were the coasters.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, the brownies will go to your waistline, but the coasters, you'll never get rid of those because that's a memory that you created with your
Our
significant
friend Bo
other. Yeah,
sent me this little
I
mug
love
from
that.
like Synergy Cafe, and he's got matching coasters, so you can.
Have you seen this one?
That was nice of him.
He's amazing. So this is Kathy Baxter. She's in Mailbox Power. So it's a little hot little surfer chick with like a really nice waistline, which I need to do. And it says, I am Cindy and I am spreading abundance to others. And then on the back says entrepreneur, because badass surfer girl is an official job title. Am I gonna ever get rid of this? No.
Absolutely.
I actually use it for a pen holder because it reminds me of her every morning because I have my National Day calendar, little desktop calendar, and then I have her mug right there. So it's a great way to think of her every single day.
Well, that's definitely a nice product or tool to use for events in general. A lot of people that are doing the Zoom meetings and things now, the way they're getting people to attend their Zoom, because there's so many of them going on, which one are you going to choose? You know, it's only got 24 hours in a day. Which Zoom meeting am I going to go to? They're sending little packages of all these little things that they can use, like the stick ups and stuff, and they can, wave them around and do little emoji things with them and all. So now you've got a little package, sort of a welcome package to attend the Zoom meeting and participate and engage. You could do a very similar thing if you want to do a virtual wedding. If you want to invite more people, you want to do they do them public proposals. Why not a public wedding? And if it's fun, you can start charging people an admission to come to your wedding.
Wow. Have you ever been, I know they do them at weddings, or they even do it like the mall, where there's like 300 people like dancing at once. Have you ever done anything like that at a wedding?
Oh, I've not done it for a wedding, but I did it for our Healthy Life Expo. It was flash mobs.
Yes.
We did a Tai Chi flash mob at the Minneapolis Convention Center once.
No way. Do it
at a wedding. Sure, there was people walking around the lobby, just milling around, going all over the place, and all of a sudden you started seeing these people doing this Tai Chi stuff, and all the security guards were kind of looking at what's going on here, and they're talking on their radios. Yeah, we got some. Everybody was all scared, and then they just realized that it's a bunch of people doing Tai Chi at the same time.
And that's good for actually proposing to somebody. Also, another idea for proposing is skydiving.
You could do that.
Yeah. Well, if your partner is into that.
There's a friend of mine that just said that he, what's something that you're really scared to do and you did, and it was jumping out of a plane. And I'm not scared. I'm just not stupid. I'm not going to do it.
You got to do it once. So here's the thing. I'm afraid of heights and I'm afraid of the ocean. So I've surfed and I've skydived. But the best thing for me, every time I go out there, I still get nervous every time. So I'll do a skydive, and then within 2 weeks' time, I'll do the surf lesson, because there's that 2-week window that you could do anything. Like, I'm going to go ziplining, I'm going to go skydiving. What else am I going to do? Yeah, you just feel like a lot of adrenaline, and you just feel like you could do anything. So
yeah, I think I'll
not for everybody, though.
Not for me.
Not for perfectly good airplane, right?
Yep, I'm fine. I'm fine in an airplane. I'm not so good out of them.
So we have a few minutes. We have 2 minutes left on the show. Is there anything you'd like to add to anyone who is planning a wedding?
Well, let's see. I got to stress again, work with a professional. And I would also say, don't stress out too much. Don't take on too much for yourself. Find a good girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever that can kind of handle some things and be the point person, so that you can go, oh my God, where's the DJ? Could you go find them? You could delegate someone else to do that, because you've got too much going on. And I run into that as me being an event producer. I'm there, and all of a sudden someone says, do you have an extra chair? We need another name badge. Do you have a scissors? Anybody got any tape? You got people coming at you from all directions.
Exactly.
And then you've got to go run and get a microphone or something, and then you forget stuff. So it's good to have somebody else to be the runner for all that stuff, so you can kind of delegate it, get your head back together, be in charge of stuff.
Yeah, because the wedding is not a time to be stressed out. That's
No,
the
it's going
wedding
to happen
planner and
anyways.
everyone
And,
else's job.
yep, and your mom's going to be the boss and all that
Mhm,
stuff. And she's right. Make sure you know that.
exactly. Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna put you in the green room and just hang tight. I'll be there probably at 30, 40 seconds, and then we'll
Okay.
do a little chit chat and enjoy the snacks in there.
Wonderful. Virtual M&Ms. Thank you. See ya.
And a really quick plug, plug your YouTube page, please.
Will do. Oh, my YouTube
And
page?
your YouTube page.
The best way to find my YouTube page is go to themagicbradshow.com, and there's a banner right on there that says to join the YouTube page.
Well, awesome. I'll see you in there in just about 30 seconds. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Make sure that you follow the Magic Brad Show. You could actually go to his website, as he mentioned. Also, here on the chat on YouTube, you could click his link that goes right to his YouTube. And so we have 2 dates in a dash, guys: when we're born and when we pass away. What are you doing to make the most of that dash? And think of 5 people every single day to express gratitude, show love and kindness. And next week, stay tuned. Actually, I have a special show on Monday. I'm featuring my friend with an amazing branding here in Southern California. He does a lot of different car shows, and so I'm doing a special episode with him on Monday at 5:30. So definitely stay tuned. But as always, the show is every Wednesday at 1, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock Pacific. And we'll see you next time. Shaka, baby.